Hello all. Right, kind of a quick one, a response to one of my own questions to myself, because I've been criticised. Well, not criticised. About the fact that I only ever seem to show like the shiny side of the CX. Isn't the CX fantastic? Now, I don't think I do this. I just think I answer the questions that people ask me and just sort of just show you just do. I'll just give you it straight, but it's one of those difficult situations. If I say the CX is fantastic, join the CX, everyone goes, the CX is not fantastic, you're just showing the fantastic side of things, you're not showing the full picture. If I say the CX is rubbish, don't join the CX, people are going, you're trying to eliminate the competition, you want the CX for yourself. End of the day, there's other people out there making videos, you watch them, you decide. But just kind of in the barber's right, so just in the interests of balance, here are 3 of the worst jobs I've ever done CX. Now, you kind of think that you would remember the most fantastic jobs and the worst jobs. I did a job once, I did John Lewis, Oxford Street, Christmas decorations. That was fun. I did I did the film set for Rebecca, the Christian Scott Thomas remake. I said that was fun, it was beautiful, but we had to trek the stuff from the Luton, this is when I was in the Luton, down like each individual pole had to be taken downstairs, down a flight, and it's lovely gardens, but I've taken a bit of time. I'm thinking I could do without this, but still it was different. But right, so 3 of the worst. At the beginning, there was one particular one where I was didn't really know what I was doing, and the woman kind of went, oh, there's a pickup, oh, there's 2 pickups, oh, and I didn't know what I was doing, so I went into this place. And I've given them the code number. It was only a small van job. I've given them the code number, and I was getting like 40 quid for this job, and it was driving it kind of, because it was only a small van job, so it's coming out from say Heathrow going back towards Watford or something like that. Got halfway back. No, God, that was it. It was going from somewhere to like a depot in Heathrow. Got to the depot in Heathrow. The bloke goes, "Where's the other one?" I've gone, "What other one?" It's supposed to be 2 of these. This is desperate. This is air freight. It's got to be on the plane in half an hour. They're desperate for this stuff. Where's the other one? I went, what other one? And then I realised, I looked back at the notes, and your heart sinks. 2 booking numbers. 2, you know. And when I went in, I give them 1 number. They give me 1 box. I was supposed to give them 2 numbers, 2 boxes. So I rang the woman up. I explained what happened, and she says, can you go back and get the other one? I'm like, well, not really. It's like a million miles in the opposite direction. Well, it's the opposite direction of my house. So I ended up getting half the money on the job. I got 20 quid. But that was one. I remember one other schoolboy errand in the beginning. I've just sprung to mind where I picked this job up. I was in Luton, just nearly home, about 3 o'clock-ish. And I had one pinged up going to, it was Guildford way. And I picked this thing, it's only a pole. And I put it in a sat-nav and it said like 2 hours. I thought it's only supposed to be 60 miles. I don't get this anymore. I've done it. Went on forever and ever and ever. Got stuck in traffic. Drove it over. Got to the place. Ringing up. So I can't find a place. Got to drop it off to. The geezer turns around and he says, "You're at our offices." What I'd done is I'd looked at, rather than looking at the booking on the CX, I looked at the booking on the paperwork, and I'd taken it to their offices rather than where it's supposed to be taken to. So I've driven an extra hour around, an extra hour back. I don't know what I'm going to do. He said, just leave it at the office and we'll get someone to ship it in the morning. So I'm like, oh God. 2 pilot errors. The one, probably the worst job ever was, I did it for my mate Simon, who's my favourite shipper ever, and he says, can you pick some gear up? We're struggling. And it was not far from me. Once again, still in the Luton, so I'm going back a little way. And it was furniture. It was furniture for an army base in Watford. Now I got up there and the lady kind of went, right, it's that lot over there. And I was like, oh. It was an hour's worth of handball getting it on the van. But I didn't want to ring Simon and kick him for the waiting time. So he said, just give me another decent job. And he does throw me decent jobs all the time. Real pain getting his furniture on. And some of it was a bit tricky and it was a bit ill-balanced and badly stacked. I got it on, strapped it in, got to the army base the next day. The next day, it is hammering down with rain. Proper rain, you know, like that shower rain. And I got in there to sign in to get on the base and all this kind of stuff. And I got in and then they went, right, it's got to go up 3 flights of stairs. It's got to go through security. I'm like, oh, okay. So what I was doing is I was on the back of the van, getting it off, and then trying to get it maybe into the reception bit. And they were taking it from the reception bit through the high security up into this meeting room. So one of these pallets, and it was like a normal pallet, but underneath it had a Euro pallet, and it was a bit wonky donkey. So I put it on the tail lift, and it's gone dunk, and 2 of the boxes have fallen on the floor. Well, I thought that's not good. But I looked, and the boxes kind of looked okay, so I've restacked them back up there. I'm thinking, say nothing, it might be all right. Put it back in, done the whole thing, like, you know. And then halfway through the day, I get a phone call from Simon, and he says, everything all right with that job? I went, yeah, fine, yeah, right. He said, sure, no problems. I went, no problems. He said, nothing get damaged? I went, oh. I said, I'll be honest with you, Simon, two boxes fell off the pallets, but I couldn't see into them. I kind of assumed they must be bubble wrapped or something inside. No. So then I had to pay for the 2 stools, and the money the 2 stools cost me was more than the actual job was worth. So I had a nightmare of a job trying to unload in the, you know, an hour to load, and then trying to unload in the rain into an army base. And then and actually ended up costing me money to do the job. As it was, the money for that job, they then gave me a fantastic job, a Street Fighter job, probably the most lucrative van job I ever had. So they just took the money out of that, so it wasn't too bad, like, you know. The worst job in a truck, again, you forget. But I would say a couple of the early ones weren't pretty, when there was sort of, you turn up, in fact, where I am at the moment, DX, you turn up and they go, right, you got to handball all that on. You're like, oh, it's mountains. It's like an hour to handball it on. The worst one recently, I did a decent one up to Newcastle, Billingham. Then I got one out of Billingham. That's this fertiliser place. It was a nitric acid plant. So I got the job out of this nitric acid plant, and I got there, and it was pick up at 10 o'clock. I thought, get there early, see if you can get it on, and go down to Birmingham, maybe get another one. Well, I got there early, and the guy kind of went, he says, right, well, the stuff we need to ship is up there. And it was up like 4 stories, and he said, but we have to get it down by crane. And then the crane wasn't working, so we had to wait for the crane engineers to fix the crane. Then, it was on 3 different locations on the base. I got 1 or 2 on first. Then this stuff had to be craned down, so they had to put the stuff around, and then the crane weren't working. Then they got the crane working, then they had the crane down, and then when they craned it down in the area, in front of the area, between where I had to get to, was a scaffolding trailer. And I can't get it out of the hole. It took me 2 hours, 20 minutes to get it on. And in the end, it was like, we're just waiting for the fork truck driver. And I waited for 10, 15 minutes. The fork truck driver didn't turn up. I dragged this 680 kilo, this great big storage chest on myself. I will admit I had the panic truck and the tail, so I'm bigging my butt up a little bit. But it was a bit of a nose trying to get it through the hole. And I didn't even kick off a waiting time, because I was supposed to be there at 10. I got out at 20 past 11. I couldn't really get them for waiting time before 10, so I could have rung them up. And said, I'm here at 9, they're starting me, and maybe got another few quid out of the job. But sometimes you think, just get it on, get it off, and get it done. And when I got to the other side, there was a fork truck, and that was that. But the thing is, I kind of expect it. And I kind of am a bit half, I know I'm a bit glass half full, like, but if the job's not, if there's a bit of amble, there's a bit of amble. If I've got to hang around for a little while, as I've said several times in the last 2 weeks, look, if I'm not used to hanging around waiting, I'm waiting now. I got here at 10 to 7. I'm supposed to be here at 7:30. I got here at 10 to 8 because I'm sure the booking was 7:30 to 8. Lucky I did, because the guy turned around, he says, it's absolutely manic in there. He said, if you come back to us in 20 minutes time, then we'll try and sort you all out. If you can't handle waiting, you're in the wrong job. Not so much in vans, but particularly in lorries. You can be 3-4 hours. That's it. But the other thing is, who wants to watch a video of someone moan? I can sit there, if you like, and go, oh God, oh, look at the eyes, oh God, oh, I've had a terrible day today, oh, it's a nightmare. If you like, but I don't feel that way. I pull in the truck, normally say hello to a geezer, get some pallets on. I might get caught in a traffic jam. I might sort of go, oh God, is this in the zone? It's not in the zone. I might find difficulty getting away, but that's just part of the course. But I still like it. I don't love it, but I like it, and it gets me going, and it keeps the lights on. So that's some of the worst jobs I've ever done. I'm intrigued to hear what worst jobs you guys have got. I'm sure they could be quite a terrain of those, would be interesting to see. And to be honest with you, I believe I've probably done far worse jobs. But the thing is, I've forgotten them. And the fact that I've forgotten them is probably a good thing, because if I hadn't forgotten them, I'd be pulling my hair out by now, and I ain't got that much left. So anyway, That's it. For the interest of balance, some of the worst jobs that I've had on the CX. Not terrible, but they weren't great. In the meantime, I think I'm going to go down and have a wander down, see if they're ready for me now. And I think you guys should. Take care and take money.